Hey, it's Alicia. We're at Rehumanize, and we are joined by Christophe Choo right now, and we're just going to chat a little bit about video and what you're doing, so welcome.
Well, I love chatting with you, Alicia, especially in real life.
I know, it's so much better than over Zoom.
I know, it's so cool to be here at the BombBomb Rehumanize. Really great event.
Good. Thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing yesterday on stage. We really appreciate it.
My pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah. So how did you find BombBomb?
Oh, that's a good question. I've been using it for a few years now. I'm sure it was at a conference, probably a Tom Ferry conference. I'm sure you guys had a booth there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a Tom Ferry conference.
Okay.
And I've been doing videos for a long time, and I saw value in what the products were, and I signed up, and I've been using it ever since.
That's awesome. So yeah, you've done a lot of video. We've talked about this before. You were an early pioneer in doing video when real estate agents weren't doing them.
Yeah.
So was there a mindset shift that you had to do for the more personal video that you do with, like doing with BombBomb, or did it just make sense?
Oh, it made absolute sense. BombBomb has become a very efficient tool for me, especially to streamline and save time.
Okay.
That's what I found is the most beneficial thing, because I get to the office quite early in the morning, and instead of taking a lot of time to update a potential buyer on the houses they're looking at, or in typing up a long email, or updating a seller about how inspections went, or how an escrow is going. So all of those updates now, I no longer have to spend 20, 30 minutes composing an email. It's kind of my first ritual in the morning. I get to the office, I okay, who do I have to contact this morning? And I just start recording the email, sending them, record them, and send them, record them, and send them. And so it's really helped me streamline and make my life a little bit easier and save me time.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you do updates on a regular basis. What else are you doing with video?
Updates to clients, educating them about, like, when a client first calls me, or first contact, an email, like they want to talk to me about buying a house, or we have a first initial conversation, either on the phone or in person. Then I'll send a follow-up email. Say it was nice meeting you. I think it rehumanizes things.
Yeah.
Because BombBomb came at the right time, because it was about 2-3 years ago. A lot of my clients are international. So a lot of them, they own vacation homes in Los Angeles. So they come, they see it, and they may or may not be in town during the process of the closing. So a lot of the transaction is done via text. But I found that texting, you really lose a lot in the translation.
Sure.
I mean, you can read a text and it's not really what it means.
Yeah.
That's why the video is so great, because they can see me and my emotions and my feelings and my passion or dispassion about not buying that house or buying that house, and I think that's very important. So I've got it, and in those days I was trying to do videos and then texting the video just like on the phone.
Yeah.
But you're limited to like 30 seconds or 40 seconds. I'd do like a 2-3 minute video, and then I'd want to send it and it wouldn't go through, and I'd have to upload it to YouTube, make it a private video, send them the email, and it was just so complicated. So now it's just so easy, because I have a little tripod on my desk, and I just either put the phone on the computer, I record it, I send it, boom, and it's done. It's just really, it's very efficient, which I like.
Is it a portable tripod? And I'm going to ask specifically because our customers always want to know gear. But is it one of like a static one, or is it that you can move around?
I have several different kinds of portable tripods, little mini ones that the legs can bend and fold over a railing. I have 3 or 4 full version tripods in my office, so that sometimes I want to stand and then I have it on a chair and then I'm standing with the video. So the desk ones I use as well, but the angle is important, because on my computer it's kind of angling up and it doesn't look so good. So I'd rather stand up and be high, and I look better. Yeah,
it's those little things for feeling more comfortable on camera. There's little tiny adjustments you can make that make all of the difference.
Yeah.
Like
even here doing like selfie photos of people, they're like, oh, let's do a selfie. I'm like, no, this is really bad light. Like when that light is straight down on you, you get those funny shadows. Yeah. And I'm like, look, so I just hold her, I'm like, come on, let's turn with me. Let's go back, and then all of a sudden, wow, just a couple little adjustments. Yeah. So I'm pretty aware of that. Yeah.
We find that, especially with someone who's doing a lot of like big, flashy, high-level video like you're doing, people see that and they're like, ooh, I want, the flashy, and they assume that is what is going to bring them the most business. But we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
What has your experience been with the big, flashy, high production video versus the more off the cuff personal?
It's a really good question. Well, first of all, I'm lucky enough in Beverly Hills and the wealthy areas of Los Angeles, I get a lot of beautiful inventory. So when you have a really beautiful house, I want to showcase it in its best possible light. And I like videos, or films as we call them, and I really enjoy, and I kind of replicated the TV shows I was on. Like we would show a house for Extra or Entertainment Tonight or whatever, one of those shows. I kind of watch them, see how the host does it with the intro, the outro, the interim scenes, and how it's shot. So I really enjoy the process of, I have a beautiful product, and it may take me a week or two to kind of come up with the concept of the style of the video, the kind of music, what I want to showcase, what I want to say, and what I'm going to wear to reflect the house and all those things. So I enjoy that process, and it's a lovely branding tool because it's pretty house, pretty price, pretty area, and I try to polish myself.
And you get to tell a story.
Yes, exactly. However, the consumers generally really prefer my real, just simple, live walking. I call it a virtual showing. I just go on my phone, and I've tried every video camera known to man. I mean, I bought every one possible. I don't like any of them. The iPhone camera is the best. So I just do a quick, hello, it's Christophe, let me take you on a tour, do the reverse, and I literally just walk them through the house as if they're right there with me. Yeah. And I really have a chance to, and these videos can take anywhere from 8 to 15 minutes to do a walkthrough, depending on the size of the house. But the consumers really like that, and they feel like they can really see the house. Yeah. Because in a professional video, you have intro, closing, maybe a couple scenes in the middle, but you're basically showing B-roll of all the rooms, which is very polished and it's very pretty. It's not like the real, like what's the actual flow? Yeah. Like, and I show it like you walk in the entryway, then you go to the living room, then to the dining room, then the kitchen. So it's a very specific flow of how people will enjoy the house. So I think, consumers love the walking tours. I don't love them so much because I don't like the shakiness. The lighting is not so great. Sure. So I don't like those elements of it, and even with the gimbals, I have trouble with the gimbals because of the wide-angle lenses. Mm-hmm. So, but yeah, the consumers like that. And so we do them all. We do 1-minute videos, long videos, walking tour videos, live videos. Yeah. The more content you can put out about a house, the better. And you never know what the consumer will be attracted to.
What someone's going to connect with. Or even if, they may not be willing to click on the longer video at first, but they might see a shorter snippet of it on Instagram or something like that, and then want to go search out more.
That's what we always start when we launch our videos. We always start with the 1-minute sizzle. Yeah. That's the first intro. It's like a 1-minute sizzle. And that goes out, and then the next day or two we do the full version, and that's linked to the Instagram TV channel and all those other things.
All of the places.
Exactly.
So great. I with being here with this video, with Rehumanize and with Video Conference, it's been really, really fun to hear like all of the things that people are doing, because I think it's affirmation for us as well that it does work, and people appreciate it. Consumers appreciate it. Yeah. It's been so fun to hear all the feedback from everyone.
And what's been so wonderful about this conference is because I've been doing this a long time, and I was one of the starters of videos, people have gravitated to me naturally that are also doing videos. Yeah. So a lot of the people I already know that were influencers and video creators, they're all here. So it's great to see each other, reconnect, and really be in a small venue where there's only 500 of us to really have time to connect, as opposed to other conferences that are 6,000, 8,000, 10,000 people, and you don't even get a chance to say hello. Yeah. And then separately, all the newer people, which is great to learn from. And then just yesterday, we had, 15 panelists or 15 different speakers? Yeah, everyone was so different in what they do, but every single one you could learn from. Whether it's the school videos or the restaurant videos or this kind of video, the market updates. So it's like it was just like a cornucopia of information and fruit. You can just like take a strawberry, take a grape, and fill your own little fruit bowl.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, it is.
It's amazing. How do you find like the balance between doing the more high-level produced stuff but being consistent with the stuff that doesn't take time?
When you say how do I balance it, what do you mean?
Yeah, like I know you like doing the more high-level produced stuff, but there's also, it's hard to be consistent with that on a regular basis for staying in front of people. It is. So what do you do to make sure that you're staying consistent? So
with the videos, it can be a little bit challenging, also time, because everything takes time. So like I'll book a photo and video shoot during a day and think to myself, before or after I can do my walking video. And then by the time you're overseeing the photo shoot for 2 hours or 3 hours, and then the video shoot, and then you're done, you're exhausted. So it's like, okay, I'll come back tomorrow and have to do the live video and then you have to come back, get the house lights on and all that. So I just know I have to do it. And sometimes I'll have to go back 2 or 3 times to do it, and right lighting, good weather, all those different things. And then whenever I'm in a house showing it, as well, if I have 10 minutes I'm waiting before someone's late, opportunity to do a quick Instagram video, like, oh, it's a beautiful sunny day. Can you imagine living in this resort pool? And you show the features, just little snippets of the lifestyle of that house. So I just, it's so ingrained in me. I just do videos as much as I can.
You're all in.
Yeah, and the thing is, and that's why it's so great with the phone, because if I come up with the idea, I can just shoot it right then and there. I don't care if it's perfect. I don't care if my hair is messed up. Sometimes I do videos with pajamas on and my dogs and my hair like going wild. You know, if I have the insight or the instinct to create a video, I need to follow that and just do it, because those are always the best ones.
I love that right there. Just because you're all in, because you're invested in it. It's like, that if you have the idea, you just do it. Don't overthink it. Don't make it something. It doesn't have to be a production every time.
Of course not.
Yeah, I love that.
Like this morning, I saw the snow. I got dressed really fast, went downstairs in the snow, and did a quick, because I'm like a kid in the snow. It's just so fun for me. So I just did a little quick video and was laughing at myself in the snow and just enjoying that moment.
So great. Is it on Instagram?
Oh, it's everywhere.
I'll have to go find it. Last 3 tips for being more comfortable on camera, because you've been doing this a long time.
Yeah.
I'm sure there was a learning curve for you. So what would be your 3 tips for being comfortable?
It's good. I'll start with this story. So when I started being a regular on different TV shows, hosting houses on many different TV programs, and then I was on Selling LA, and in Selling LA, when I was a cast member, we'd go shoot. There would be 7 to 10 crew members, the cameraman, the makeup artist, the hair people, all that stuff. And I would say to them, please make sure my hair's sticking up, because it does sometimes, or my tie's crooked, or something's out of line, let me know. Or sometimes your collar's popped, oh yeah, of course. Well, they never would. So, and I'm pretty smart, they'll shoot a scene and I will say, I want to see the scene. And they don't like that on TV shows. They don't want you to see it. But I'm like, so I look at my hair's sticking up and my tie's crooked, So I just realized that's just going to happen, even on a high production show with 10 people standing there watching, because they're all on their phones, you're Facebooking instead of watching what they're doing. So I thought, okay, it's never going to be perfect, and it just doesn't really matter. And particularly, as I talked about yesterday, coming from Beverly Hills, I do like to wear nice fancy clothes and be always dressed up. So it's good to show when I messed up, because then people see I'm a natural, real person like everybody else. So my advice is, you look how you look, you talk the way you talk, whether you have a camera in front of you or you don't, that's who you are. So for you, do you want to sit in the fear and worry of, I don't look so good today, or I don't sound so good? Or do you want to live in the fear and worry of how much money you're losing by not doing those videos?
Ooh.
And how much you're losing in terms of brand creation, and how much you're losing in terms of attracting opportunities and people to you. Because I've learned that if someone sees your videos, because I always ask someone, how'd you find out about me? If they say I saw your videos, I know pretty much we're going to do business. Because they wouldn't be calling me if they've seen the videos. If they don't see the videos, they don't like me, they're not going to call me. But and I learned this the first time I monetized videos. I think I talked about it yesterday. I got the call, and it had been 4 years of doing videos, 800 videos online, and no monetization of it yet. And a woman called me, had a 45-minute conversation about her buying and selling needs, and she said, well, my husband wants to meet you. And it was 8:30 on a Monday night, which I generally don't work on evenings. And so I'm like, okay, but it was a potential $10, $12 million purchase and $5 million sale, so I thought it's worth it. I went to the house, sat down. The husband is a big lawyer, partner in one of the biggest real estate law firms in the country, which I thought was interesting. And we sat down. I had my yellow notepad, said, do you mind if I take notes? Started taking notes. And about 20 minutes into the conversation, I could just feel it was right. I said, Mr. Natsis, I'm curious, we've been going through all these questions. I feel like you like me and I like you. Why don't we just get started? He says, Christophe, my wife decided to hire you the first time she spoke to you on the phone. So the decision had already been made before even the first phone call. And he just says, I just wanted to meet you in person. So videos is so just be yourself. Don't worry about it, because you look that way.
Yeah, that's great. I love it. Awesome.
So 3 advice. So that was one. Do it consistently and just have fun with it. Even sometimes I'll get home and I have a long day and I see a beautiful rose blooming. I'll just do a little 20-second video of the rose blooming. Or I have a beautiful office with birds in the fountain. And at 6:30 in the morning, I feed the birds and they're there. And I'm like, little birds are coming to visit me or taking a bath in the fountain. Just share the joys, the pleasure, and the things that inspire you in your life. And it will attract others that like those things and will inspire others to see the beauty in their world.
Yeah, I love it.
Thanks for tuning into the BombCast today. Head to BombBomb.com/BombCast to access past episodes, get info on future episodes, and subscribe to our BombCast newsletter.